I'm a shell of a man that I once was. I don't have any friends that I trust much. Getting punished for my sins, but it's unjust. Then again, I'm a victims of loved ones. Baby, I deserve it. Had to scurry because they fed me to the cops. Felt like they deserted me and let me hit it right. It's been 14 months. I keep praying that the court speeds up. Are they ever gonna let me see my house? I've been so homesick. Try to call her, but the phone goes click. I just wanna say I'm sorry and tell her how much I love her. That we're meant to be together. We need each other. When we were sober, shit was better. Then we recover. Cause when I'm drinking, I'm a killer. Is she a cutter? It's all believing. It's illegal now for me to call her. So I just crawl up in the bed and ball up in the covers. Falling like a baby drinking vodka. About to lead a bottle. Fuck up. I don't sip and y'all know all the songs. I don't got no windows in the room I was stuck in. I've isolated myself from all my homies. When they call me, I don't answer, so they end up saying fucking. Shitty husband and a half-ass friend. I can't say that I blame them. Nah. I done sinned so much as a kid grown up, I can't go back and change it. If you feel like me, we need to hang in and try to live.
Still feeling like a sinner, and I don't know how much I can give them. Cause I just want it all, I just want it all. But I still don't feel like I'm winning. I'm trying to live still feeling like a sinner, and I don't know how much I can give them. Cause I just want it all, I just want it all. But I still don't feel like I'm winning. Yo, lately the people I know have been looking at me for some kind of advice. They don't know how much I worry that I'ma regret all the shit at the end of my life. Going insane, keeping the poise, go make the money, give them your voice, never complain, you made the choice. Never been happy, just filling the void. And everybody fakes that I feel so. You don't gotta show anybody the real you. All the drugs that you take will conceal that. You'll do anything to make it and it kills you. You don't wanna walk a mile in my shoes. Y'all would fall 2 steps along this path. Cause what I go through, I don't show you. I don't feel like I can, yeah. 2 loves, 2 halves to the heart, but I grip 2 hands at a time. On the throat of the game so I can't hold on to the rest of my life. When I'm up and it's finally done, I don't know what I'll have to show. Gonna burn everything and tell everyone that doubted me knows. I wish I would've known what it'd be like then. I said I'd give it all just to be like them. I'm ending up with nothing just to have it all. I'm trying to live still feeling like a sinner, and I don't know how much I can give them. Cause I just want it all, I just want it all. But I still don't feel like I'm winning.
I feel like I'm a sinner by heart. I can't see the light, so I sit in the dark. Yeah, this is the way that it's been from the start. Cause no matter what, I gotta live with these scars. I'm chained up like I'm rocking some jewelry. All I need is this vodka to soothe me. Impossible thoughts like the honey consume me. Cannot let these shots from this bottle abuse me. No matter what though, I gotta keep going. Swear to God, man, I bleed these poems. The seasons change and the leaves keep blowing. I'ma keep moving up, I won't reach my lowest. Cause I know I got a job to finish, so I keep fucking the game till the condoms ripping. And I'm lucky to be alive and I'm locked in prison. I'm on a mission to show them that my heart's still in it. If you got a problem with a dog, y'all can get it. I'm killing everybody now, let's be non-specific. They were talking shit until I caught them slipping and their career just crashed like car collisions. Shout out to Echo for preaching the positive. Even the thought of the bottle I'm vomiting, reaching the top, digging deep for some confidence. I do it for y'all that I see in the audience.
Live still feeling like a sinner, and I don't know how much I can give them. Cause I just want it all, I just want it all. But I still don't feel like I'm winning. I'm trying to live still feeling like a sinner, and I don't know how much I can give them. Cause I just want it all, I just want it all. But I still don't feel like I'm winning.
I feel I ain't even gotta pop pills. If I go, then I die real. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. High heels, hear 'em come from a mile still. Tell me you feel how I feel. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. I ain't even gotta pop pills. If I go, then I die real. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. High heels, hear 'em come from a mile still. Tell me you feel how I feel. Talking to you's like walking through a damn mile. Get going, tiptoeing. She was gone with the breeze like the wind blowing. It's cold and hot-headed and frozen. Part ways like I'm Moses, pink roses. Everything go up, every door opens. Everything come down, everything closes. Gotta aim, that means that thing loaded. I don't say nothing else, you don't need motive. Yeah, used to hold hands, now we been folding. Try to play odds like I didn't notice. Hey, gonna land mine like explosives, I told you. Babe, what color is your parachute? You wanna love me, you embarrassed too. I feel feel. I ain't even gotta pop pills. If I go, then I die real. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. High heels, hear 'em come from a mile still. Tell me you feel how I feel. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. I ain't even gotta pop pills. If I go, then I die real. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. High heels, hear 'em come from a mile still. Tell me you feel how I feel. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. Talk about a kiss when your lips got a little gloss. Don't gotta talk, it's the vibe that you giving off. Withdrawals from the talks, we had different thoughts. Staying from the pain of the thing, had to get it all. I've been overthinking about it. Do you really love me, daddy? Guess there ain't no way around it. Captured by grace, all the while you try to keep a straight face. Looking at me sideways, hand on your Bible, other on your rifle. Got them both beside you, but that's for survival. I feel I ain't even gotta pop pills. If I go, then I die real. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield. High heels, hear 'em come from a mile still. Tell me you feel how I feel. Talking to you's like walking through a damn minefield.
What's going on, people? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. He said, you're late, Kite. What is this? I don't know what you mean, man. I'm not late. I'm not late because this is extra. This is extra me. All right? There ain't no late when there was no plans to begin with. I show up out the blue. All right. I did give a little bit of an inkling. A little inkling that we might start Tuesdays and Thursdays as like late day streams, you know, but still it's not in the cards yet. I just don't know, and if anything, it's gonna take a little bit to get into the habit of it. It just, I mean, like, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But howdy doody. How we doing today? And he said confirmation of flying hoggish mongoose on the 17 hour. Yes. I don't know what that is, but you know what? Let's roll with it. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? I don't know. But it's there. It has to be there. He said clear ABC on the 1 minute. Oh my gosh, get off my channel. What are you doing with your life? So what's up, Kite? You still going on Ryan's channel later tonight too? Yep, I am. How can I miss my chance to be on the same channel as a badass? Anybody see the live stream this morning that he did? Where he straight thugged out on a dude? That's my Ryan. That was what's up. And my favorite part was like, you could see like Ryan was trying to get like something out of him, like so that he doesn't have to do that. And then he goes, "Oh, you're talking about Blino," like the dude thought that Ryan was talking about a completely different coin. So there was multiple scam coins, I guess. I don't know. And then Ryan was like, "Yeah, fuck you." So Ryan thugged out on that dude. That was fantastic. I had no information about that guy. I don't know what that was about in terms of what that whole deal was about. I looked up the Blino chart, and obviously it doesn't look good, but let me turn down mine. I don't know which, just click that, I guess. Okay, well, let's go with that. I'm trying to make sure I don't break anything while I'm on stream here, because my profile is different for my mining, which, I mean, yesterday I really tried my best to get the most efficient settings. So that way, like, I can, when I do the video, hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to get it done tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Because the whole thing is you can get a lot more performance out of graphics cards if you're patient and you tweak them slowly. And there is no downside because you can't break your graphics card. There's safety measures in place that make sure that you can't screw things up. If anything, you know, your computer crashes and then it restarts. But that's not breaking it. That's just simply making sure that you don't break it. Yesterday, I tried to find out what was the maximum stable overclock on my memory, and then slowly start pulling the power down. And then I think I found it. Right now I'm getting about 400 kilohash per watt at about, if I have my monitors turned off, I get about 128 mega hash on my 3090, which is pretty fantastic. And all that, considering my my memory temps, ever since I got this little heatsink thing, it has been fantastic. Because I was thermal throttling before, and that's what kind of caused my performance to be quite ass. But since I got this thing, it cost me $40. It comes with a thermal pad and the heatsink, and the heatsink has fans built into it, which is kind of revolutionary, not gonna lie, compared to some of the solutions some people on YouTube have created. And it works wonders, it really does. So I mean, I don't think if you have a GPU farm, it's gonna be beneficial for you to have a whole bunch of those heat sinks. But if you just have a single GPU in your thermal throttling, it's definitely worth your time. So I mean, I might link that in the video if people want to grab it. Trying to get some carbon base here going. I like late day streams when I actually off to work to watch. Yeah, that's why I figured it would allow people to have a chance to not be at work or anything like that. But obviously, like, I mean, there's no perfect time to stream. There's really not, unless I'm trying to cater to one audience. But my audience is pretty much worldwide. There's no barrier to entry, really. So, I mean, it's pretty much even Steven across the board. Obviously, I have more U.S. listeners just because predominantly English, but you know, pretty much everybody speaks English nowadays. He's been a part of a few rugs now. Yeah, man, that's why, like, I just never got involved with all that. Meowcoin was the closest thing that came to it, but I was really upfront. Like, that's not me. I didn't start that coin. And two, we knew what we were going in there for. All right, churning out shit coins in a bullish market should be pretty self-explanatory. But no, I had to make it very clear that this was not something that I was hoping to hold. You know, like I said, you know, 200, 300%. If I see that, I'm out. There's no reason for me to hold for a 20x, 50x gain. All right, Shiba and Doge really was only ones that did that. So, you know, I have no interest in that type of market. I just don't like. Why would you ruin your reputation like that? Well, I know, because they don't care about their reputation. They just want money. Can you play Spotify without a copyright infringement? No. That's the thing. I don't care about copyright. I don't monetize these live streams. The tutorial videos where I don't have any music, I monetize those just because, you know, I put in work for that. But the live streams, I rather show my personality, show what I like through my music. If I get copyrighted, I get copyrighted. So I don't get copyright. Like, there's a copyright strike and there's a copyright something else. Basically, like, there's no negative thing that happens. Like, I don't get my channel taken down, but I do lose the ability to monetize the videos. That's all. What a week, consecutive streams. So I've been doing a lot of research on how the brain functions, and particularly the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. And I've realized some mistakes that I'm doing, like major mistakes, and I'm trying to fix them. So I'm testing out some things. Maybe we got a path forward. Hey Kite, I recently bought 2 mining rigs for 3,200 CAD. It's got 12 RX 570 graphics cards, making roughly $11 a day after electricity. ROI is roughly 10 to 11 months. I mean, hey, if you can get an ROI in under a year, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. What? Now, is that just mining Ethereum? I mean, it's all dependent on how you play your cards, right? So, I mean, if you're just mining to make profit per day and you're selling instantly, yeah, that's a pretty good ROI. It's even better ROI just overall. I really do think so. Like I said, for me, mining serves the main purpose. Hey, calm down. Hey. Yep. Mining, the main purpose that it serves for me is investments that I would like to get into, but I consider a little bit too high risk to dump a lot of money into. It allows me to buy, but at a huge discount, therefore increasing the R&R over the overall trade. So like I talked about with Cadena, I like Cadena. I think it's pretty cool, and I would like to dip my toes in it, but I don't want to throw my actual cash into it just all at once and at a certain price point. What mining allows me to do is if I buy $1 worth of electricity, I get 7 times that buying power. I get $7 for every $1 that I spend. So that means if I put that entire $7 into Cadena, right, we have to drop pretty much 75 to 80% in order for me to even break even. So it allows me to take things more strategically and calmly. And yeah, you know, the whole worry is that Cadena is just going to take off to the upside, right? And now when I'm talking about Cadena in this way, right, I'm not trying to talk about Cadena specifically. I'm talking about as an overall concept of how to introduce your money to a market and maximize growth potential. Cadena is just a really good example because that's the hot topic right now between me and Ryan's channel and the people that we share between us. So, you know, the whole delayed gratification part of our brain doesn't like that concept because they go, well, like, what if we go to $100 on Cadena right now and I've only put in $20 over the course of the week because I've been mining and not buying? That's the thing, right? You have to understand that it's more worth it to lose out on overall profits. Instead, the profits that you are making percentage wise and the risk you're taking are such a better situation overall. And not financial advice, but I do not think that anytime soon is the market going to see any major growth to the upside. I thought there was a little bit more potential, you know, going up to 52K, but you know, as soon as we got that retest of 49.5 and we got back below, you know, the probability has always been to the downside past that point. I was very upfront about that. So at the moment, I do think that there is the possibility of us putting in a lower low on BTC at about 39,269, and there is a potential for price action to prove that we can hold that region to have a larger retest to the upside. So that's what I would be looking for, and it looks pretty good. We're on a 15-minute chart here, and if you are, you know, wanting to see confluence from an indicator and not just, you know, price action just isn't good enough for me, you know. It looks like even if we came back down and we put in a lower low, we're so far away on the RSI here that it would still put in a higher low. So you would have that bullish divergence backing up this area for a bullish move. Like I said, you know, ABCs, the purpose that they serve is they can give you an insight into the overall psychology of the market and what the market is feeling. Because your job is to find out what the majority of people want and work with it. That's all you are as a trader. Now, as always, like as I progress, I kind of like have these ideologies that spring up. And one of the things that I've noticed that I might consider talking about more is the kickoff, right? Because that's one thing I think I haven't paid attention to analytically when I've been trading. There is a certain thing that you need to have started in order to have a long-term career where things are going smoothly. I'm not saying that every single day that you trade is going to be smooth and exciting and beneficial. There's going to be down days. There's going to be drawbacks. But I think there is a way that you play into the market. You need to get a little bit lucky at first. But once you have that, as long as you don't make a mistake and play your cards right, there's pretty much no way to lose. What I'm talking about here is not a certain strategy, not a, an indicator. I'm talking about the psychology behind it. So how I came in and I set up that long trade and I let the long work itself out, and I didn't exit that long trade until one, I had an alternative hedge trade that could make up for the losses if everything went down, and two, a confident place that I could get back into the market and go long from. All right. Once those two conditions are met, theoretically, there's really no way to lose because I'm already in some fat profit from my short. We've already made the profit from the long. And if we were to go back up, i.e. I'm wrong about us going to the downside, I can get back into my long at a strong point where the market shows support. And I think once you have those in like that kind of like setup, from there on out, you kind of just roll with price action in a different way than trying to be reactant to all the minute movements. If that makes any sense. Like I said, I've definitely noticed in the past that this has happened, and I gave it the term like a market flow state. We've all heard about flow states, kind of being in the zone, in the pocket, whether it's related to sports or musicians. But in the market, it's a different thing. I didn't really conceptualize it until this piece of price action really showed me what to look for. And it's definitely something that I need to kind of sit on for a little bit to make sure that I can explain it properly. But this is a lot different situation than normally what I'm in. And these situations usually don't last that long because I haven't paid attention to them, if that makes any sense. So, like I said, I do think there is a small chance for us to show that we can have a upper retest here. Like I said, for me, that would be probably a retest of somewhere around 42 to 43K. And then I think personally that we would see some sort of rejection there. But once again, it's not that it's going to happen. It's the market is giving us a chance to see what the market wants. So this is the region right here. And then same thing for Ethereum. Looks like we want to come back down just a little bit more here, past 29,039. Now, we don't quite have to because Ethereum has been acting slightly differently. We could just put in a double bottom on Ethereum, whereas on BTC, we might actually put in the lower low. So we might see something like this on Ethereum, and then we might actually see the local low on BTC, or vice versa. Who knows? So if we do put in the actual lower low, I will be taking a long hedge there. But I do plan on taking profit at the 0.382.618 region, or 0.382.5. My bad. So once again, 43K, 42K is where the 0.5 is. And then the 0.382 is at 44,566. Now, why am I taking profit there? What's my ideology? Why? Austin, well, if this is a decent setup to go long, why are you not holding your short and holding your long? Why are you choosing to take profit on your long, but then continuously hold your short? All right, why wouldn't you take profit on your short now and then go long? I'm trying to work through the process of like how people think. So one, for the people that say, why don't I take profit on my short when we put in that setup and then go long? One, because we don't have to go back to the upside, right? The market is given a chance to find support there. But just because you're given a chance to do something doesn't mean that you have to do it. So, one, it's an uncertainty that we're going to bounce there. So that's why I'm not taking profit on my short. As well as that, it's pure greed. If you're only taking profit on your short there because money is the issue, you want to maximize your profits. You go, well, if I take profit there and then take the long and then re-go short somewhere else, then I'm making more money. Yes, you are. But we don't live in a perfect world. So the safety over the money is what we want. So if I take the long there and we return back up to that $43,000 to $44,000 region, that is where the price action can show us, hey, we're pretty bearish, and then continue going back down. So I'm taking my profit there on the long if it does come to fruition, because that is the highest likelihood where we see a rejection. And then two, another reason why I'm taking profit on my long is because if we get back above 44,229, that was the original point where I was going to hop back into my long anyways. So I'll be going long if we get back above there. All right. So I'm going to still be holding my short, retake the long, and work with price action. Like I said, I'm going to try to maintain this flow state with the market, working with the market, making safety decisions over, prioritizing the max amount of profit. And we're going to work our way through this in a much drastically different way that I think is going to be much more beneficial. Because even though the money is not going to be growing as fast, the compounding profits and the security of the account and the chance for the money to grow is increasing substantially through these actions. If that didn't make any sense, let me know, because I'm very excited. Like I said before, I'm very excited about this price action anyways. I mean, it's been so far so good, and a part of me always screams, you've gone from 1K to 5K faster than this. This has been 2 months and you're still at 3,500. One, you just have to remind yourself, I'm past where I came from. All right, and in a game like this, that is invaluable. And the fact that it's 2 months is something to be said in itself. In a market like this as well is pretty insane. You can do very well in a extremely bearish market, extremely bullish market, but many people fail when it's sideways, when there's abrupt changes in direction, because they're always trying to maximize profit over security. And instead of taking those hedge positions and losing money, getting stopped out on trades that may never work out, they choose to try to make so much more money. But in reality, are they really? I don't think so. So a lot of people have been asking me about the altcoin positions as well. Right now, just focusing on Ethereum and BTC. There's nothing really exciting happening on a lot of these altcoins. The most I can see is maybe we might put in some sort of short setup on like LTC, for example, that I might want to get into. That is enticing to me. But other than that, I don't really see much. And I don't want to trade KDA yet, to be honest. On Bybit in particular, just because there's such low volume. It's insanely hard for me to get a decent position that sticks. That's all. And I mean, yeah, there's a couple other good coins out there, but I'm trying to stick to stuff that I can trust right now and not mess up this system I got going. Took my first ABC short today and smashing it. That's what's up, man. And someone said they made their first 10,000. ABCs are just advice that I've given them, which I say it to everybody that comes to me with good success. Don't let it intoxicate you. That has always been my downfall. Time and time again. I've taken these small accounts and I've turned them into a large amount. And what ends up happening usually is I get ahead of myself and my ego takes hold and I start making dumber and dumber decisions as time goes on. And I found out what my strengths are, but I found out what my weaknesses are. And the weakness is when I'm winning, that's when I lose the most. Right, when I'm a consistent loser, actually things are pretty decent given all that is happening, because I've learned how to lose, but I haven't learned really how to win. So I hope you do well. Continue to do well. But the short that I took on Ethereum was this one right here. And that is the one I'm holding on to. Once again, when I take these positions, it's not like I think that they're the holy grail and that they're going to continue to work out. It's a matter of chance here. Like I said, I will be taking hedge longs if we do put in those lower lows off of these levels, off of these recent lows. Just gotta wait and see what price action wants us to do. Ryan, my dude, the thug Mata in the house. Dude, that was I just had been waking up and I'm getting ready and trying to start my day, because my sister and me had to go get some stuff notarized, and I was watching your stream as I was getting ready, and I was like, oh, he's talking about this dude. Okay, so Ryan, I'm gonna be honest. The one thing that I'm worried about is he gave out his phone number. All right. Now, I understand the dude's a douchebag, 100%, but that was a little bit of a misstep there, and I would wholeheartedly not legal advice, but I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this. Abracadabra, that footage of you giving out his phone number into the garbage can. Anybody else that has that footage of him giving out his phone number, delete it. Nobody knows. Shh, nope, we all don't know. Okay? We protect Mata at all costs. I definitely get ahead of myself, doubled my account on the last run-up, and then take profits. Working on learning how to properly hedge and take profits when profits are due. And that's the whole thing. It does take a couple times of going through that process and seeing like, I could have done something differently. And the biggest issue is tricking yourself into understanding, because the short-term brain, like I said, it wants to maximize profits in any way possible. But if you can suffer a small loss to ensure the security of the overall profit, right? Because otherwise the overall profit could just be null and void. That's really what the key ticket is. That's why I want to kind of sit on this information for a little bit longer, kind of analyze how I've done things, because I think I did a really good job these past couple of months. More than normal, actually, and I don't know what exactly led to it, but I want to analyze what I did and how it might become repeatable, because like I said, I do think there is an element of luck in the beginning to get the ball rolling, but once you have, it's like trying to spin a basketball on your finger. Like you have to, it's not luck, obviously it's skill. Like you have to learn how to do it, and it takes some time. But once you got it, as long as you keep the ball rolling, you're good. It kind of like, it almost stays on on your finger by itself. But the whole thing is, because we're stupid, we're stinky little monkey hand finger boys, we end up dropping the ball sometimes. No, it's not your fault. This is Thursday. I'm usually not live on this channel anyways. But I figured I'd stream a little bit before we hop on for tonight's show. So, I hear you're a well-known golf announcer. What have I ever... I mean, I've been on some golf courses, but I tell you what, I was not playing golf. I don't know if you guys know, but if you take toilet cleaner and aluminum foil and you put it in in bottles together, magical things happen. And I would just go on golf courses and throw 2 liters. Can I go to prison for that? I don't think so. I was 11 when that happened, so we're gonna stop talking before I incriminate myself. You ready? Well, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead end this stream, and me and Ryan are gonna get set up. That's actually good. I was gonna text you because I do need to go to my sister's house tomorrow morning pretty early, so staying up to 12 p.m. doesn't sound like the move. I thought I learned the first time I did this. Dude, that's where like I tell people like I hate when people come into the chat and they're like, this is the answer, this indicator, or footprint charts, or blah, blah, blah. Dude, I've been doing this for a long time. And you can have success with anything, but the one thing you can't have success with consistently is controlling yourself. You can get better at it, but you have to have like checks and balances, like a government inside of your brain if you want to do this effectively. It's such a weird thing. And I think I'm going to start like a second channel talking about how you can biohack becoming a good trader, because there's a lot to do with like neuroplasticity in order to form your brain, in order to understand how to trade effectively and from a different perspective entirely, because you have to alter your perception of reality in order to do this effectively. So you either one have to spend a shit ton of time because, you know, that's what's required, or you can biohack to shorten that period of time. Now, in Silicon Valley, they have pretty good ways of doing this because they're a bunch of nerds. We heard nothing good. You should wait till at least 8:30. Okay, I can do that. I can talk for another hour. I was born to talk. It's the retrograde moon, bro. Bufo. I was gonna say you keep me young, but I'm already young, so you keep me on my toes, which are usually unsheathed. Unsheathed toes sounds like a torture method. Anybody had like an accident where they took off a toenail? My parents, they used to have these Kirby vacuums that weigh like 80,000 pounds. And I was vacuuming without my shoes on one day, and dude, that thing took my big toenail off clean. It was one swipe backwards, boom, done. I think that was probably the most pain I've ever been in. And I was just hopping around on my foot, gushing blood all over the carpet. I hop into my mom's room, and my mom just starts laughing at me. And she goes, "Don't get blood on my carpet." How could you? I feel betrayed. And I ended up I didn't even tear the toenail off because it would have hurt so much. I just smushed the toenail back down and then wrapped electrical tape over it and let it atrophy. Things are just weird. How you doing today, young sir? Nice to see you going live. Appreciate it, AZ. Are you doing okay, AZ? I know you were in a little bit of a sticky situation. You get out all right? I hope so, man. I don't... Obviously, like, I've been doing this such a while that when someone tells me that they're not giving up their losses or anything like that, you know, obviously it does make me a little bit mad. Because I've done it in the past. And, like, if you could prevent yourself in the past from making a mistake, you know, you would do it. And because because I am me because you are you, and you are you because of me, then I'm not I, and then you are not you. So I'm preventing myself by making a mistake in the past by talking to you. Kirby's are stout. Shit happened to me too. Dude, I mean, usually like door-to-door sales and the items that they're selling typically suck. But Kirby vacuums, I don't know, man. Like, I guess that was probably one of the door-to-door things that people were selling that actually like lasted. I don't know what people are paying for them. I know that they costed a shit ton, but dude, we had that vacuum since I was 2 years old, and it was able to take me out when I was 16. You know, dude. There's not really many products that are built that way anymore where they can last that long. Hell yeah, got out in minimum profit. You know, that is really good to hear, man. Did I finish vacuuming? You're what's wrong with society. Productivity over everything. Doesn't matter if you're getting tortured like you just got kidnapped in Guatemala. Did you finish vacuuming? Knives going cheese, bro. Not toes. I don't know about these. You should see my toenails. I don't know if you would call them knives, but they're getting there. $7,000 for one vacuum, 5-year payment plan. Dude, that's like buying a whole car. So if it did not last, I would be talking to someone. 20 years ago, I got my thumb caught in the back door of a dump truck in Guatemala. That is funny because I didn't even read your message before I talked about Guatemala. I had to go to a clinic to get the whole nail removed. Luckily, I didn't lose my tip of my finger. It was close. Dude, I got scared when I first got to Ben's. Since it has the soft closed doors that close automatically, I actually had my finger between the door and the door jamb, and that thing started soft closing on me. That thing was not soft, not soft at all, dude. And that hurt. One hour and 21 minutes till dab time. I like that. I like how you have a designated time. That's called being an adult. So, kudos to you, dude. Now, I want to get some food in me before we start tonight's live show. What time is it? You know what we're doing. You have to take advantage of it before it's too late, you know? It's like family members. You never know when they're going to be gone. You know, it doesn't have to happen because of old age. So, make sure you get nacho fries where they're still at Taco Bell. Otherwise, you'll regret it. And the funny thing is like I'm bobbing my head like I'm dancing to music, but I'm listening to the same exact music that's coming through your headphones right now. So, don't really know why I'm dancing. I'm thinking I'm dancing because I'm really happy about getting these nacho fries. Nacho fries As the kids say, just hit different. There we go. You remind me a lot of my younger brother. He was also a Silk Road gangster. I haven't had the pleasure of participating in Silk Road, but true story. I've seen some crazy stuff in Guatemala. I feel like, you know, there's this common thing like spouted by like most people. Like you should travel the world. I don't know about you, man, but I hear a lot of screwed up stories about the world. I'd rather just stay in my front yard and my backyard. You know? At least I know what goes on there from day to day. I know what to expect when I walk out those doors. There'll be plenty of time for like random events that cannot be foreseen when I die. Right? There'll be plenty of that. Right now, I like the fact that I know exactly what's going to happen from day to day, you know? Except like I don't know when nacho fries are coming and going, but when they're here, I'm here mentally. So there's that. Taco Bell diarrhea hits different too. Man, I don't know what people talking about with Taco Bell diarrhea. I feel like you guys just don't have enough fiber in your diet to start with. So I'm just a different I'm built different. You know? Let's just start talking like a TikToker from now on. I'm built different. It just hit different. I don't know what all the terms are. Girl boss. She thought she ate. I'm like, I'm having like a physical reaction to saying this stuff. Is it like I feel like it's like summoning a demon almost. Only country worth going is Japan. It's like a different planet. I'm afraid of Asian countries, to be honest. I feel like they're not going to accept me. I mean, I've watched some crazy documentaries about how racist Asian countries are. I feel like I'm the prime target. You know? I go, you don't understand. I'm innocent. But how do I prove it? Only like life was as simple as like a musical where like if I knew how to dance, I could dance my way out of any situation or into any situation that I required. But no. We have to work on I can't even say it. Linguistics and languages and ethics and morals and reputation. I wish I could just in and out of places. I'm the same way. I can eat Taco Bell without. When you talked about nacho fries the other day, I bought 4 cartons. My dude. I was training in a foreign country, having to find my way back to America for good times. Hopefully, like, we're at least on the same continent. Because if you just, you have to like ski your way back. I'll never forget one time we were watching, me and my sister, we were watching The Giver. And at the very end of the movie, hopefully this is not a spoiler because, you know what? It's like a really old movie. I really don't care. He's like sledding downhill and he's going to Canada. And my sister goes, how is he going to Canada if he's going downhill? which, you know, it's just some people are on different wavelengths, and that's proof. That's proof right there, man. Because she associates going uphill with going north, and going downhill with going south. You know, I didn't even say anything. I just stared at her, you know, because it's like kind of like you're disappointed / mad / in disbelief that you're related. So you just stay quiet and judge, you know. And, you know, I'm not gonna say that's what I do at the end of my streams when I stare at you guys. You know, I'm saying something in my head, and I wonder if anybody can ever figure out what it is, but nobody said it yet. So who that shit be hitting different? Right, I just imagine who's that dude that looks like he's got bug eyes, and he has like the backwards hat, and he comes up with the skateboard next to the lockers. He's like, "Hello, fellow kids." That's how I imagined you saying that, Ryan. Hold on, let me try to find that clip. I found it.
So you got mugged, huh, Mr. Donaghy? And you caught the guy who did it. Good for you.
Oh, no, Len.
There we go.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
So I'm glad you called me.
Who's this Bushimi? Yeah, I can't say his name, dude, man. No, not Chris Rock. No, not Chris Rock. Okay, for research purposes, would you consider yourself a crypto YouTube micro celebrity? That's a lot of adjectives. No. I don't know what's considered micro, macro, medium. I feel like Crown Crypto would be. Nah, maybe he's not micro, because like I feel like out of the live streamers, Crown Crypto is probably one of the more macro. I don't know, dude. You got me fucked up. You got me thinking too much. It's Thursday, man. I didn't plan on this. I didn't plan on using my brain today, so take it easy on me. Take it easy. I ate totally clean for 8 months and then went to eat Taco Bell. I could feel the toxins running through my veins. All right, come on. Taco Bell is not the gamma waves from turning you into the Hulk. All right. Were you ever trying a donut cheeseburger? All right, so those two comments side by side, just huge juxtaposition. I ate clean for 8 months. I could feel the toxins of the Taco Bell running through my veins. Has anybody ever tried a donut cheeseburger? It's just complete opposites. Not the same as an influencer. I hate the word influencer too. Celebrity and influencer. What is like the definition? Bushimi. Bushimi. Bushimi? Bushimi. Dude. I know you barely know me, but Bushimi. How much percentage gain per month can a seasoned ABC crypto trader expect from his portfolio, Sir Kite? That's a loaded question. It's all dependent on what your risk parameters are. So if you're using larger stop losses, your R&R is going to be drastically lower than someone that's using smaller stop losses. So therefore, the profit that you're actually taking in is going to be drastically different. what level are you at in your career? Are you prioritizing max profit? Or are you prioritizing safety over profits, which in the end does promote profits? There's so many different factors. I can't sit here on a pedestal and tell you that you're going to make this much per month. I just can't. Me personally, what I've consistently seen is somewhere around 5 to 10%. Like, that's what I would say is respectable in terms of like let's say I'm adding 10% to my portfolio per month. Realistically, I can only ever withdraw 5. So if your aim is to be able to support yourself or your family off of trading, and your monthly expenditure is $5,000 per month, then you need to be making at least $10,000 per month from trading, which means you need like a $200,000 portfolio, because 10% of $100,000 is $10,000, and then divide that by 2, 5,000. There's your goal right there. As well as that, you want safety. So you want to be able to make $20,000 a month and then still be able to only take out $5,000, because the whole goal is to be able to make it easier and safer over time. So you want to compound more than you're withdrawing, if that makes any sense. And as well as that, the benefit is capital gains. Oh boy, shimmy. He goes the Gone fan God. I like the term influencer just be changed to like someone who gets paid to say bullshit, because like at the end of the day, like I know what I'm doing here, and I'm just, most of the time we're not even talking about crypto, because my thing is like, I'm not here to talk about crypto all the time. It's useless for me. I know what I'm here to do. I'm here to trade. There's only so much you can say about trading. I don't have a product to promote, so I don't have to be like Richard Hart and go on 1,000 different interviews in order to defend a project. Yeah, so I can actually talk about other stuff. I don't have to talk about all this bullshit all the time. We can fire up after your cheese fries. Yeah, I ordered them, so they should be here in like the next 20 minutes or so. Yeah, they're at the Taco Bell right now. I never plan on using my brain. You know what? Your name's Creepy Joe. It all checks out. Because you ain't using your brain anyways. You're sleeping. Africa, how you doing, man? He said, "Sup, Kite, how are you?" I'm doing pretty good, man. I've kind of just been doing a lot of research whenever I hop off streams. And then I went to my sister's house today. I helped her out a little bit. And just been chillaxing. It's been a weird time. I think it's the season change. Because for some reason, where I live, it's like someone flipped a switch. One day, it's 55 degrees. It's got a breeze. It's cold. And then 2 days later, boom, 84 degrees. No gosh darn breeze. Humidity out the ass. It's ridiculous. So I just get I can't keep up. But anybody that has a graphics card or like a gaming computer, I did just put out a video the other day talking about how to get either nice hash setup or the more complicated thing, getting a... Dude, look at this video. It's been around for forever. Whatchamacallit? Getting a flux miner set up. So it's 14 minutes long. It's actually a little bit longer than I probably should have made it, because I just like to ramble a lot. But no, I'm gonna put out a separate video talking about the mathematics of why mining is important, even if you're a low-level miner. Like I said, it's all about the percentages involved. So if I am spending $1 on electricity, but yet I can get $7 worth of crypto, it can take an investment like a shitcoin, and it can make it so that you are basically making yourself invincible to volatility. right? So like I said, I think KDA is pretty good, but because they haven't really proven anything, I can't wholeheartedly throw my money at it. So instead, I'm mining it slowly. You know, I'm not mining KDA, I'm mining other coins and then turning those coins into KDA. So $7 worth of value for every $1 worth of electricity. So $6 profit. So instead of just throwing in $500 into KDA, I'm mining $500 over the course of 2 or 3 months. But I'm only spending $90 on electricity. So I'm getting $500 worth of an asset, but for $90. Like I said, it's pretty much like going into Coinbase, and while everybody else around you is buying Bitcoin at 10,000, you get to buy it at 2,000, like you're some special dude, you know? And it basically takes it so that you have all of this upside potential for the coin, all right? Because if the coin is good, the coin is good, all right? But now the coin has to lose like 80% of its value in order for you to break even on electricity. See what I'm saying? So I know the whole thing is you want to throw your money in something because you think it's going to take off immediately and you have no time to waste. But safety and security is worth more than the risk of losing everything, right? So no matter what the asset is, no matter if it's a good coin, shit coin, Bitcoin, no matter what it is, if there's a way to maximize profits while reducing risk, take it. It's free. It's in your hands. Do it. And as well as that, if you guys are worried about GPU mining, guess what? Difficulty bomb's not happening in June anymore. There was some talks, some recent news. It's getting pushed back to the fall. So I was kind of worried about this 2080 Ti not being able to ROI on it. But I know for a fact now I'm going to be able to ROI on it. So I'm not saying that as, you know, go out and buy a GPU. All I'm saying is if you already have one, you have plenty of time. So if you're mining $2 a day, just think about it. If you mine $2 worth a day for 20 cents, you're immediately getting such good value. And that's why it's important to break things down into percentages. Help the brain understand why it should do something better. Because if we just see a dollar amount, we don't understand what's actually happening. That's why I said before, delayed gratification really is the end-all be-all of killers of accounts. Right? Because if you're trying to make things fast, usually you're giving up security. So there's a way to maximize both. Like that's what I'm trying to say. So like if you have a $200 budget to throw into crypto per month, right? But now you're able to hit that $200 budget, but with only like $30 worth of electricity. Not only could you take that $170 that you're saving and go put it towards something else, like maybe credit card debt, car payment, whatever it might be. If you don't have anything to put it towards extra, now you can just put more into crypto. You get $200 worth of crypto for $30, and then you can go ahead and throw in that other $170, and then boom, that's your budget for the month. You spent $200 on crypto. So I'm not saying that mining is more profitable than outright buying coins. What I'm saying is it's simply the percentages involved. You always have the ability to buy at, you know, $1 with $1, all right? But there's not many times in the crypto lifespan where you're going to be able to buy $1 with 20 cents, all right? Take advantage of it. All right? I'm not saying go out and buy GPUs. I'm saying that if you already are sitting on hardware, no matter if it's a lower end graphics card, check out what you're able to do. Utilize it while you still can. That's all. Because right now, I'll bring it up because this is one of my Binance accounts. And this is the account that I send all my mining profits to. So I've been mining for a couple weeks now. I have $20 of flux. Well, yeah, $20 worth of flux in my Zelcore. And then I have, I forgot how much I have in this Binance at the moment. But I'm taking some of it, putting it into BTC, some of it I'm putting into KDA, and then I'm distributing. Making sure I maximize my safety, but also my growth potential. Because the thing is like if I'm mining $3 worth of KDA per day, all right, that is around one, maybe half a KDA to maybe a little bit closer to 1 KDA, depending on what the price point's sitting at that given point in time when I convert. If KDA goes to $100, pretty much every single day that I mine is now worth like $60, if that makes any sense. It's all about relative perspective. I'm mining the equivalent of $7 a day right now, but what that will turn into, and then we do the math going back. That's why it's important to keep these separate, like have a separate mining wallet, so that way you can do the math and it doesn't get jumbled up with everything else. And really, there's no reason to sell your mining profits if you're not a farm, right? Because farms typically they pull like $200 worth of electricity per day, something stupid like that. So they got bills to pay, so they got to sell some crypto. If you're spending $1, an extra $30 a month on crypto, as long as the profit's good, you can kind of substitute it. But I'm very thankful for the fact that I can still use Binance. Let's see, I'm trying to get to my wallet here. And this Binance account, I mean, I didn't set this up too long ago. This is strictly used for mining. So, right here, you can see I got about 4 KDA, 4.4. So I only got about $24 worth of KDA. I got $32 worth of Bitcoin, and I got $10 worth of Flux, and then I got another $20 worth of Flux in the actual Zelcore wallet, just because I mined Flux strictly and then transferred it to the Zelcore wallet. So there's really no reason for me to send it to Binance except to make it look all nice and neat. And that's how I'm doing things. That's what I've chosen as my path of mining profit. That way I have the added security of holding Bitcoin. It's not really going to lose its value all too much. So if it comes down to brass tacks and I need to sell it to break even on electricity, it's there. But KDA, that's the whole thing. A lot of people, they go, well, if KDA is going to be worth $250, why don't you buy $1,000 right now? All right. Because we don't know what the future holds. KDA could be half price pretty soon. And I could still be mining $7 worth a day. So therefore I'm able to get more KDA, all right, for what I'm mining. And to me, if you truly have an outwards perspective, right? For me, I'm not trying to look at this as like a rose-colored glasses. I do think KDA is high risk, right? But I do think that the technology, just like if you were to look at Bitcoin in the beginning, there's a good chance that it could be worth something. So for me, if I'm able to dramatically reduce risk, but if we get up to a $50 billion market cap, that's instantly going to be like $250, maybe 125. Not quite sure what it came out to, but this is already $1,000 worth of KDA then, theoretically. So if you look at it like that, that's how I like to look at it. So I just, once again, the reason why I'm so passionate about this right now is one, because I'm an ADHD person, as well as that I truly sat down and looked at the percentages involved with the whole ordeal. Because in the past, I looked at mining from like a business perspective. I'm trying to ROI on the graphics cards as fast as possible, and I'm trying to, after that, make as much money per day and treat it like a consistent income. It's not. That's not realistic. So therefore, I never really gave mining a chance. But when you look at it in this perspective, hopefully it makes more sense on why you might want to do it. I'll leave it at that. Is it worth it with a 2080 Super? Oh, yeah, it is. What are you talking about, man? And I'm going to have a video coming out pretty soon on how to optimize the overclocks on graphics cards to the best of their ability. That way you get the lowest amount of power usage and the highest amount of mega hash or souls, depending on what you're mining. A 2080 Super, I believe, because my friend has one, I was trying to give him to mine. Makes about like $1.50 to $2 a day. Yep. Right now on NiceHash, this is using the Zell hash algorithm, which is actually Flux, by the way. It is making roughly around $1.87 per day. And I'm sure if you do some overclocks, you're going to be able to get probably somewhere around like, I want to say 66 souls. And you could probably get this down to like 185 watts. So you'll be able to get around $2 a day with a 2080 Super. Yeah, if you're sitting on a graphics card like that and you have a 9-to-5 job, or like there's just periods of time during the day where you're not utilizing your graphics card, it just makes sense, you know. And you don't have to run these things at max speed to the point where like their longevity is decreased dramatically. Right? If that is one of the issues in the back of your head, you can make it so that it has decreased power, but is still mining. That's the whole point. If you want, you know, to have a multi-purpose machine. Exactly. DCAing into alts. Like I said, it makes things safer. Like I said, the only thing that's going to hurt you is your delayed gratification issue inside of your dopamine-ridden brain. You know, everybody wants to make fast profits, but you know, seeing $7 worth of crypto come in a day doesn't compute. But that's $210 worth of crypto per month. And if that crypto 5x's, you know, that's $1,050 worth of crypto. So you're doing that every single month of the year. Boom! You just made, you know, $12,000 out of 2,400. You got 2 years to mine ETH. I doubt they'll ever make the switch. Nah, I mean, it's always been the meme, but I do think they eventually will. I love hearing the fact that they might have to delay it a little bit. Love Indica, chilling. Nice to see the squad here. So, man. I'm in Cali, so power is more. Yeah, I mean, it's all dependent. Because, I mean, I'm doing kind of like the 10 to 12 cent kilowatt per hour. So, I mean, if you're paying something ridiculous, yeah, it might not be worth it for you. But my thing is as long as you're making a decent amount more than what the power actually costs, it's always going to be worth it. Because like I said, I mean, even if you're making only 33% more crypto for every dollar that you put in, that's equivalent to buying Bitcoin 33% off right now, but still being able to instantly go sell it, you know, for the current price. It's like arbitrage almost, you know, if you think about it like that. This is the 5th time they delayed since 2017. I just don't see proof of stake. It seems more centralized. And proof of stake sounds more like a Ponzi scheme. Because the whole thing is like you get paid to prop up the market. So that's pretty much what a Ponzi scheme is if all of the people at the bottom start taking out their money, the whole thing collapses because then you can't pay people based on the new money coming in. So proof of stake essentially is like, hey, keep your money in the market. We'll give you a small percentage back. I don't know if I like that. Just me personally. Because proof of work, yeah, you do have these mega farms that pop up because either one, they had the funds to invest, or they built themselves up because that's the power of crypto. But it doesn't take that much in order to have, like, think about all the gamers out there that have nothing to do with crypto, but yet they could turn into a proof of work miner pretty much instantly. So even if there is like a 51% attack, theoretically, which the way crypto works, a 51% attack doesn't even really do much because then it just hard forks. It's beautiful. You know, pretty much if all the gamers turned on their proof of work miners that they're sitting on, they could overpower that Giga farm in China. So I mean, proof of work, it just has too much availability for normal people to get into it. Whereas with proof of stake, who the frick can just afford 35 ETH, right? And that's if you want the power, right? Whereas with proof of stake, if you don't have 35 ETH and you want to stake, you have to go into like pretty much like a pool to stake, which, I mean, there's a lot of parallels. I get that because you have to go into a pool in order to make your miners effective, but you don't have to. That's the difference. You don't have to, and you still have the chance of getting the block, albeit a small chance. But if you don't stake, you don't get anything. And if you want to stake, you have to give up that power. So I don't know, just my thoughts on it. Obviously, I don't have the biggest brain when it comes to consensus mechanisms, but I think proof of work is better. Just me personally, I'm kind of a Bitcoin maxi, so it makes sense that I'm a proof of work maxi. But proof of stake just it sounds like a Ponzi scheme, man. If the whole thing is propping up markets, it sounds like the U.S. economy to me. People start running on the banks. It's not a good situation. The only difference is now with smart contracts, you have no choice. Ethereum's putting a gun to your head. 7 years. You can't touch it. 7 years. All right, at least with a bank, you have some legality that you can go through in order to get that money back. But no, Ethereum, no, it's like El Chapo, dude. Your money's gone. It's like Hex, man. Like that's why Hex doesn't make sense to me. Like I understand that proof of stake could be faster than proof of work. All right, that's not what I'm arguing. I know proof of stake is faster and cheaper. What I'm arguing is it more secure long term. That's all I'm saying. And I think they're making the wrong decision. I think they are. Because the issue isn't speed. All right? Because if you want speed, we just need reliable blockchains and multiple of them. That's all. All right? If everybody's using the Bitcoin network, of course it's going to be slow and it's going to be expensive. All right? That's why I personally think Litecoin is still a good investment. Just me personally. All right? Because it is still heavily mined, so it still has the security of the network. All right? As well as that, we've talked about this before, where like if Bitcoin becomes $1 million, one Satoshi can't be divisible into less than $1, so then you need a asset that is worth less than $1 million, which if you want if you want the whole analogy of gold and silver, you got Litecoin. I know there's better alternatives, but those alternatives have not been around for a very long period of time. The reason why Bitcoin is worth so much is not because it's better than other coins, because it's more time tested than other coins. All right, it might be more expensive, it might be slower, but it's more secure because it has the track record. That's all. That's why it's worth what it's worth. So I just went on a whole ass rant. I think why I'm getting so angry about proof of work and proof of stake is because my nacho fries are not in my mouth yet. Okay, they should be here in about 5 minutes. What's your guys' thoughts? Because there is pros and cons. But like I said, The one problem with humanity is when we have a problem, we think of a solution. And that's okay, because that's what we do. But the thing is we don't think about the problem that comes from solutions to problems. And we don't plan ahead of time. We want to fix the current problem, but we end up creating a new one. US dollar is proof of war. Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't work unless there's a continuous war. You have to get the government to, you have to get people to believe in blood and treasure. Otherwise, nothing works. The problem is people like to think about a world where these politicians and these warmongers don't exist. But the problem is they think about it as if they just didn't exist, but everything else still worked the same. They want the same world, but without the people that are ruining it in charge. And you just can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So, because if you just remove those people, new ones become. It's like you could take any person that's a good person and you put them in charge of prison inmates. That dynamic of power over time might not corrupt the first 1 or 2 generations, but eventually it will. So if you want those types of people to be gone, you have to dramatically change the entire societal structure to a different system. It can't be the same. But the problem is most people aren't creative enough to think outside the box on a new system, because we think that they've all been made up. You either have socialism, you have communism, or you have capitalism. There is no other. Sure there is. There's something. We just gotta sit down and brainstorm. Yeah? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. If ETH went proof of stake tomorrow, what would you personally think would happen? So apparently the way that's going to work, the difficulty bomb is over time. I don't know exactly how fast it happens, but it's not like it's flipping a switch and then boom, everything's unprofitable. They turn on the difficulty bomb and it's like the heat death of the universe. It's slow over time, and then eventually that version of the blockchain comes to a halt, if that makes any sense. And you said, what would the hardware be used for? There's many other coins that are proof of work. The only problem is because all of that hardware is going to go to the other coins, the difficulty is going to rise. But since we're probably going to be in a bear market when it happens, the price of those assets will not increase, but probably almost decrease initially. So what's happening is more people are trying to get a piece of the pie, but the pie stays the same. But if the next bull market, one of those pies that people are trying to get a piece of grow in size, now you get more pizza, So, say Flux, for example, if the difficulty switch happens and Flux now becomes unprofitable to mine, but it's just because there's too many people mining it and the price has stayed around $1. If for whatever reason Flux goes up to $60, you better bet that it's going to be profitable to mine for quite a while, unless, people start rushing in to mine it, which is definitely a possibility. But when you have these crazy increases in price very rapidly, people don't have time to prepare. People can't just flip on a dime and start mining Flux. So you have that opportunity and versatility if you have a small mining operation, especially because about 50% of the hash rate on Flux on Ethereum is ETH hash ASICs. So they're not going to be able to mine Zel hash. So it could be a lot better situation than we're actually thinking of. But it's going to suck. It's going to suck in the beginning. But we still have a lot of time. Like I said, the one good thing that's coming out of this is typically people don't have a reason to go look for other coins and think outside the box on how to maximize profits. So, they mine Ethereum every single day because that's what's profitable. There's no reason for them to go check out these other coins. But now, because Ethereum is becoming unprofitable pretty soon, maybe within a year, they are going to go research other coins and say, okay, I can mine this coin with my GPUs. And then they'll wait and watch it. The second that it becomes profitable in terms of like they're breaking even on electricity, then they will start to mine that coin because it's fair game. It's really not, maybe not break even, but I mean maybe like plus 20% to every dollar they put in. Because they want more for their dollar. That's the whole point. Maximize long-term profits. And then they will stack up on those coins because it's profitable for them to do so in the first place. So now, if that coin 20x's in value, every single dollar that they mined was already at a profit. But then, boom. So if they're only making $1 a day on their graphics card, and then the thing goes up to $20 worth of value, every single day that they mined was worth $20. And it's this long-term perspective and maximization of risk to reward that carries over from trading to mining back and forth. And if you just switch your mindset to think like this long term and not think about like the greed and making money as quick as possible, it's counterintuitive because theoretically you're not making money as quick as possible, but your chance to lose everything drastically decreases and your chance for compounding increases. So therefore you're going to make more money than that dude that's just after profits in the first place. That makes any sense. My nacho fries are at my door. I'm going to go grab them. I'll be right back. Nacho fries. I'm sure that ASIC miners can be reprogrammed, but I don't think it's that easy to the point where like they can just on a dime switch it up. Nacho fries. Love Indica. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I got 3. I know what people are going to say. You know what? It's nacho fries. Kite, how long have you been in this position? Which one, the short or the long? The short, I got in once we crossed back down below 45,350. And then... Oh, they're both shorts, my bad. And then the Ethereum was a lot sooner. It was off a smaller time frame off of this ABC right here. But we held a Bitcoin long for like 2 months before we got into that short. Or we got into the short a little bit before we let go of the long, but... That's right. I'm a growing boy. Leave me alone. Yeah, you saw that guy that commented? He was like, how do I hack the Federal Bureau of Investigations? I said, excuse me? Come again? What do you want? This had a mind flux video, dude. I'm sure he was joking, but that's just I was trying to make sure that if I ever got flagged, like, hey, is this guy giving out this information? That I'm not associated with that. I can't tell you how to do that. I don't know how to do that. And for whatever reason why you need to do that is beyond me. You must be up Schitt's Creek if that is the top priority of problems on your list. I had to go get some food from some food with all the Taco Bell talk. Sorry. Now, the one thing about Flux that I will say, depending on which card you're using, Flux is very, very close to Ethereum in profitability. So it might be worth it to just mine Flux because you're actually going to get access to your funds a lot faster. Because you need like $22 worth of Bitcoin in order to withdraw from NiceHash. But you only need a minimum of 1 Flux to get paid out on fluxpools.net. So, as well as that, there is about 40% more worth of parallel assets that are getting paid out, but they're not touchable yet. So, I don't know if they ever will be. I don't know what's happening with those, but if they ever do get paid out, you're pretty much getting 80% on your values. So in actuality, you know, it could actually be much more profitable to mine Flux than it is to mine straight up Ethereum or NiceHash, considering those extra parallel assets. Right now, you only get access to about 5 out of the 10, or maybe 5 out of the 9. But if those other ones are freed up and they get paid out, boom, that means that right now with a 2070 Super, you're going to be getting $2.30 a day. Whereas if you just mined, Zel hash on NiceHash, you're only going to get $2 a day. So if you're willing to wait, that is a opportunity that is there. But that's up to the user. How's my KDA mining going? Pretty good, man. I showed a little bit of my profits on stream today. Mined about $80 worth of coins, which it's a different feeling. Like, it's not a lot of money. It's really not, compared to being able to make $500 worth of profit over a couple days. But it's the fact that $80 only cost me like $20 worth of electricity. So it's a good feeling, We're not even in a bull market. Spilling the beans? What am I spilling the beans about? I like how he said burrow. Federal burrow. Bosscoin reviewed this mini ASIC miner recently that seemed really legit. What algorithm was it? Was it like Dogecoin? Try not to look like a pig here, but I'm trying to eat a little bit faster. So I know I gotta go on the show with Ryan. Nacho fries. BTC. I don't know why I screamed like that. I thought you were saying BTC as in like it's pumping right now. No, I mean, I'm all for mini miners. That's why when me and Ryan were talking about mining on last week's stream, he was referring more to like the KD6 and stuff, which costs like 40 grand. I'm more interested in the miners that aren't going to affect people's lives, because I think those are more powerful. Like I said, you know, you can have a mega farm, but I think people being able to have like open access to, you know, running a couple miners in their house that's not going to be blazing loud is worth more to the security of coins than having mega farms. Me personally, because I think if normal people have access to that kind of stuff, it's just it's more beneficial overall. Because I don't agree with if you have to pay double retail in order to get your hands on, you know, like the KD Pro, the 1.61, 1.6 terahash KD miner. But you know, like I think if you can get it at a decent price, because like I said, I don't think you should approach mining from like a strictly ROI perspective. If you are, I'm not saying that that's a wrong thing to do, because trust me, I'm not here to preach to people about how they should live their lives, but I think if you're just starting out, the more beneficial thing is to look more long term. Trying to decide if I should buy an ASIC or build a graphics card miner. I already have my Macintosh set up for hobby use. Depends on what you got to invest. I mean, if you wait a little bit, because most definitely there is a chance that this macro setup here brings us down to 30K, maybe even lower, dude. So you might be able to find some ASICs at some decent price points. Because what you want to do is you want to do the math and look at the ASIC. So like if you can find an ASIC that costs you $2,000 and it's making $2 a day, but we're sitting at $20,000. If we go back up to $60,000 a day pretty quickly, there won't be time for people to react appropriately. So you're going to be making $6 a day up at those price points. So I mean, your ROI would be much better. So if people start letting go of their ASIC miners and GPUs because of the price, you know, because once again, you're always going to have people that are thinking short term and get scared and then sell off their GPUs for cheaper prices. I think that will always be the biggest benefit, is non-KYC crypto. You know, you'll have your stack that gets cataloged as it hits your wallets. Because when you're a miner, the second that it hits your crypto wallet, that's when you need to track what the price of the asset was at the time. That way, you know, it shows what you spent on electricity versus what you got. Trying to convince my partner to allow me to get a S19 Pro, but that's way down the track. I live in New Zealand, so the conversion pushes the top. The cost up to 14K. How much is a S19 Pro doing right now? $30 fingers. Oh damn! Which one? This one comes out in May. Which? Okay. Actually, that's not too far away. It's doing $26 a day. I'm assuming like one of these right here is which is what you're talking about. I mean, $14,000 at $14 a day. That's what, 1,000 days. That's not too shabby. Because the whole thing is like Bitcoin's going to be here for a hot minute. And, as long as you're making profit, the ROI really doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is, it's all relative. So if you're mining $14 a day right now, and then Bitcoin goes up to 150,000, now that's 4x pretty much. That means every single day that you mined was worth $60, which actually means that you ROI'd in what, 200, 300 days in reality, so I mean, it's all dependent on how you look at it. Obviously try to get the best deal you possibly can during times like these, but I don't know. I think I'm going to start shutting this stream down and give Ryan a call and start getting set up with him, because usually it takes a little bit for us to get going. No. Nice little fun, unplanned stream. I appreciate you guys. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm not going to promise that I'll be live at 1 p.m. because I do plan on going helping my sister tomorrow. So it might be a little bit later in the day like today was. So probably somewhere around like maybe 4, 5, or 6 my time. So normally I start my live streams around 1 p.m. EST. So whatever the normal time is for you, just add on like 4 hours. And that's probably when you can expect me. But nah, like I said, I the one thing that I am thinking about most right now is trading in terms of biology. That's one thing that's in the back of my head. And trading in terms of the flow state. Getting a running start, that way it is easy to keep your brain in check. Because like I said, once I had that Bitcoin long that was working itself out, I was patient. I waited until I had the correct conditions to make my next moves. And I feel like I made the most out of this price action in a way that normally is a little bit of a struggle for me mentally. And I would like to proceed forward with these types of examples. So, appreciate you. I'm pretty much coming back on live stream with Ryan on his channel in just a couple minutes, and we're gonna be doing a giveaway, like every Thursday, $200. So come join us there. And weekends be rough when they are streaming. I'm sorry, I gotta have some time for myself. Which, I mean, I'm not the most consistent. I always have time for myself. It's just, I don't know. Getting my brain to be optimal is not always a success. So, all right, guys, I'll check you soon. Let's pick an outro song. As always, check out Marlon Craft any time of the day. Doesn't matter if he has a new song out, an old song out. Check that dude out, Marlon Craft. I'm trying. There's not really any new music that's on my list. No, I don't quite know what I want. Let's play something from Akira the Dawn, something that can help you mentally, you know. Where the hell? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll play Mind Over Mind. Alan Watts. Watts Wave 2. How to be a better person. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. I'll be back in like 25, 30 minutes. Let's do the thing. Bye.
The title of these talks that I'm giving here is Mind Over Mind. And I'm going into all the various problems which have to do with the control of the mind. And so I might introduce what I'm going to say by saying it from different points of view. For example, if you're interested in communications, it will be the problem of feedback. Or if I may put it in theological terms, how does man follow the will of God if the will of man is perverse? The theologians say, you cannot do this without having divine grace, or the power to follow the will of God. How then do you get grace? Why is grace given to some and not to others? If I cannot follow the will of God by my own effort because my will is selfish, how will my will, which is selfish, be transformed into an unselfish will? If I cannot do it because I am already the selfish will, then grace must do it. Then grace must do it. If grace has not already done it, why not? Because I didn't accept it. But by definition, I had no power to accept it because my will was selfish. Must I then become a Calvinist and say that only those people who are predestined to receive grace will be able to live the good life? The good life. Then we come back to the inadmissible position that people who live evil lives do not get grace because they are not predestined to it out of the infinite wisdom of the Godhead. Then God himself must be held responsible for their evil deeds. And so That is a nice little tangle. If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion,